So it really shouldn't come as any surprise that accelerators are getting more attention and more volume of deal flow in today's world. First of all, and I'll kind of begin and end here, we believe at HL Ventures that the hands-on approach to working with portfolio companies and startups is indeed the right way to go. And it's something that's been gaining a lot of momentum and frankly getting a lot of proof points in the VC community over the last 10 years. And we see that accelerating now too. So it makes good sense that we should be seeing this trend. Even more so in more difficult economic times. In the salad days where the seed round is really easy to come by and everyone feels like every idea is amazing, maybe founders are a little less keen on giving up any equity or any consideration whatsoever for joining an accelerator. In more uncertain or challenging times like the ones we're in now, it makes more sense that founders, even very high quality founders, would be seeking the support of Sherpas and folks who are more, have seen a lot of the wars, have been in the trenches with startups forever. A couple other things though, I think what the subtext, the context of all this is that accelerators are going to have to differentiate a little bit more. And they're going to have to prove that they're the right program for a startup. So you have a lot of variation in the accelerator world. In fact, we, for example, represent the venture studio style, which has more longevity, a little bit more depth, maybe is a little bit more bespoke. We work with a handful of companies per year, 4 to 5, as opposed to the larger programs that might have cohorts into the thousands. And you're going to see that differentiation start to have consequences. So, for example, just recently we had the failure of the New Chip Accelerator, which had an almost index of startups. And I think that probably has something to do with the fact that New Chip had a very generic program that wasn't all that attractive when things really started to get competitive out there. One of the other things that I would commend to founders to think about is the longevity and depth of the interaction you're going to have. Accelerators sometimes being cohort-based and time delimited, you're giving up consideration for a very brief moment in time where you have the focus of the accelerator team, and then you're a graduate. And you may have built good relationships, that sort of thing, but really consider what program is right for you, what engagement is right for you before you dive in. But ultimately, what all this means is that the hands-on approach to working with founders and startups is continuing to gain primacy. This is something we think is the right direction for the sector, and it's a hopeful sign.